Right now, on to the point. Social media harming kids, as states sue the parent company of Facebook and Instagram. Tonight, how one high school student is staying away from mindlessly scrolling.
It just showed that when you're given time, make the best use of it.
A local grandmother grieving the loss of her grandson killed in the Hamas attack. And why Sacramento is now one of the hottest regions in the country for retail theft.
Good evening. This is To The Point. I'm Alex Bell. Social media is hurting kids, and today dozens of state attorneys general took a stand. 41 states, including California, are now suing Meta. The parent company of Facebook and Instagram is accused of hooking kids in, all for financial gain. Tonight, our Jeannie Nguyen shares one Sacramento teen's story about how she's helping her generation.
Soccer is Anisha Dorca's passion.
I'm a soccer player, and I know I tore my ACL earlier this year, and that just kind of set me back.
Not being able to practice her craft, the Intercom high school senior says her injury put her in a bad headspace. She took it out by writing this book of poetry.
Writing's a passion of mine. I said, I'm going to write a book.
But during this time, she realized that many of her classmates also struggled with their mental health, especially with the heavy use of social media amongst her peers.
It can make you think that you have to live up to a certain standard, and that's very damaging.
The damaging aspect of social media is the reason California Attorney General Rob Bonta and dozens of other attorneys general filed this lawsuit against Meta, the company behind Facebook and Instagram.
Social media has a negative impact on our children. Evidence that more time on social media tends to be correlated with depression, with anxiety, body image issues, susceptibility to addiction, and interference with daily life.
The lawsuit claims Meta's tactic to keep users on its platform is manipulative, all for the company to gain financial profits.
Meta's conduct is deceptive, it's dangerous, and as we make clear in our lawsuit, it is illegal.
The addictive quality within social media has Dorca reflecting on her own online habits.
I'm guilty of this too, where we just get caught scrolling and scrolling on social media for hours, and then you realize, wait, so much time has gone by and I could have been doing other things.
Seeing it as a constant issue for her peers, she decided to create a self-care club for her classmates and found a way to use social media for good.
We do painting, we do skincare, we educate people on skincare. We've done board games, we've watched movies, just a lot of collaborative fun things.
Encouraging other teens like her to tap into their true hobbies and passions.
And Jeannie joins us now. I mean, this is a big lawsuit for Meta, 233 pages long. They're accused of violating state consumer protection laws and a federal law. How is Meta responding tonight?
Well, Alex, a Meta spokesperson says the company is disappointed, and they're disappointed because they say the Attorney General has chosen this path instead of working together productively. Adding it has introduced more than 30 tools to support teens and their families, including things like quiet mode, daily reminders to take social media breaks, and bully prevention tools like reporting comments and blocking accounts.
All right, Jeannie, thank you. And we also want to mention that dangers aren't unique to Facebook and Instagram. Even just last week, we reported on dozens of parents suing the maker of Snapchat. They claim their children died after taking illegal drugs sold by the dealers on the app. We asked a licensed marriage and family therapist the best way that parents can talk to their kids about using social media.
When your kid is in their room, face to the phone, looking at these videos, go in and talk to them. Say, what are you watching? Can I watch it with you? Tell me what you think about this. We can restrict it and we can take it away. The problem is that kids and teens, they often find it.
Yeah, and we have more tips on how to talk with kids about social media on our website, abc10.com/links. New developments tonight in the Israel-Hamas war. The Israeli government is now preparing for more war casualties, creating a makeshift hospital. So this is an underground parking lot now filled with rows of beds and medical equipment. A ground invasion of Israel Defense Forces into Gaza is possible any day now. And an Israeli general warns the army will face many deaths if it enters Gaza. It comes as one local grandmother is grieving the loss of her grandson killed in the Hamas attack while trying to help others.
If there's any blessing in this, it's that at least they were able to recover his body. He could have a funeral. And again, he died such a hero and saving so many lives.
America and other allies are privately urging Israeli authorities to delay their ground war in Gaza in hopes the terrorist group will release the more than 200 hostages they are holding. Still, Israel is vowing to do what it takes to wipe out Hamas terrorists. In Washington, we are entering week 4 with no Speaker of the House. House Majority Whip Tom Emmer was nominated today, but he removed his name from consideration after it became clear he did not have the votes. There is no clear path for another Speaker of the House, and without one, the House can't function and pass funding for ongoing wars. The country is also facing a possible government shutdown next month. An off-duty pilot accused of trying to cut the engines on an Alaska Airlines plane just pleaded not guilty to 83 counts of attempted murder. According to court documents, the pilot told police he had begun struggling with depression and took psychedelic mushrooms about 48 hours before he tried to cut the engines. He's also accused of interfering with a flight crew, which can carry up to 20 years in prison alone. The California DMV is suspending a robo-taxi company's license. They say Cruise self-driving cars are not safe for people to use. So Cruise cars have been stalled on streets and blocked traffic numerous times. Earlier this month, a woman was trapped under one of the robo-taxis after being hit by another car. Cruise was the first AV company allowed to give rides to people without a driver, but supervisors say the company needs to be more transparent when sharing data. So in a statement, Cruise says in part as a result of the DMV's suspension, we will be pausing operations of our driverless AVs in San Francisco, and adds due to this crash this month, quote, our teams are currently doing an analysis to identify potential enhancements to the AV's response to this kind of extremely rare event. Coming up onto the point, Sacramento is now one of the hottest regions in the country for retail theft.
Temperatures today reached 76 degrees in the valley, right on par with the average this time of year, but some big changes headed our way. We'll talk about temperature drops coming up.
And PG&E is looking to increase electricity rates even more in order to make safety improvements. But are you getting what you're paying for? Halloween right around the corner. Let's check on our forecast with meteorologist Carly Gomez. Are you laughing? Is this going to be cold or warm?
You know, I just can't believe that Halloween's only 7 days away.
I know.
And all the holidays are coming up so quickly. But, you know, it's finally starting to feel at least more fall-like out there, and definitely more spooky as temperatures begin to drop into the 40s overnight on Halloween. Expect temperatures to be about 42 degrees in the early morning hours. Very cold out there, but we are 7 days until Halloween and 11 days until that time changes and falls back. 30 days till Thanksgiving, 62 days until Christmas. Now, this high pressure system's weakening. It's beginning to move out, and we're starting to see that trough moving in. That low pressure with some of those storms in the Pacific Northwest will begin digging its way into Northern California overnight. Clouds already beginning here to move into Yuba City, and we're starting to see them moving into the early morning hours. Now, this may be our best shot at seeing rain tomorrow, and that's around lunchtime. Some sprinkles in and around the Sacramento area, but most of it staying north around Yuba City and into those foothill spots by the evening. Take notice there as you look at 5 p.m. You are seeing areas of snowfall as well. Closer to the South Lake Tahoe and south is where we're seeing more of the accumulation happening for us, but we'll continue to see it in the overnight early morning hours of Thursday as temperatures are expected to drop, especially up high in the Sierra. Potential for rain totals, pretty much nothing in the valley. If we do get anything, trace amounts, but really not measurable. Could see about 1/10 to maybe, if we're lucky, up to 1/4 inch for areas up those foothill spots. But just take a look here at our snowfall totals. We could see as much as 1 to maybe 3 inches of measurable snow up in the Sierra. And some of these dark spots in that blue there could be as much as about 6 inches of snow. So more of the snow pushing in. Winds for your Wednesday, we're seeing about 15 to 20 mile per hour winds. And then into your Thursday as well, we'll see some winds now coming in out of the north, 15 to 20 miles per hour. Some lighter winds into the weekend. So that means secure any Halloween decorations you may have. As those winds move in Wednesday to Thursday, lower foothills in these mid-60s, and that 10-day forecast brings us into the mid-60s most of the week with upper 60s for the high Monday, Tuesday, but overnight lows in those 40s.
Next, on to the point, PG&E's promises. Are you getting what you pay for? And Panera at the center of a lawsuit over an Ivy League student's death. Welcome back. Sacramento is now considered one of the hottest regions in the country for retail theft. The National Retail Federation puts us 7th in the country, tying with Chicago. Los Angeles tops the list, followed by San Francisco. And this is all costing us. It's estimated a family pays $500 more a year on purchases because of theft. One business owner, recently a victim of theft, says he wants Sacramento leaders to do more.
I'd like the city to completely reevaluate the way that it addresses these crimes, the way that our city resources are being used to address them, to confront them. I would like there to be some accountability for what's going on.
Some argue retail theft is worse in California because of Prop 47, which made nonviolent theft of up to $950 in value misdemeanor crimes. And coming up next week, I'm diving deeper into this topic. This morning, I was at the Roseville Galleria before it opened, looking at how major retailers and local businesses are spending more to try to keep products secure. So that's all coming up next week. A new lawsuit is linking Panera Bread's charged lemonade to an Ivy League student's death. Listen to this. The 21-year-old suffered cardiac arrest hours after purchasing the caffeinated drink. She also had a heart condition causing fast and chaotic heartbeats. The student's family says that Panera failed to provide any warning about the beverage. In a statement to news outlets, Panera says they are investigating the matter. To give you an idea of how much caffeine is in a charged lemonade, a large, which is the size that the college student allegedly bought, contains 390 milligrams of caffeine, and that's equal to 6 shots of espresso or 3.5 cans of Red Bull. As our PG&E bills are getting more expensive, PG&E is looking to increase their electricity rates even more. The company says that they need more money to make safety improvements, but are you getting what you're paying for? Our Firepower Money team found experts with a lot of reasons to worry that the answer is no. Tonight, investigative reporter Brandon Ritteman helps us follow the money.
The 16 million people who live in PG&E's monopoly pay some of the highest electric rates in the nation. Year after year, their bills go up. For many, PG&E bills are more than a burden, they're insufferable.
How does it feel to pay your PG&E bill each month?
I don't want to pay it. I don't want to pay it.
After what they've done?
No, I don't want to pay it, but I have to or they turn it off.
Yola Yetter and her daughter Renee Ray are just 2 of the tens of thousands of people who've had their homes destroyed by PG&E wildfires.
It's all about greed, it's money. They don't care. They don't care.
Mother and daughter have spent most of the last 8 years camping where their house burned down in the Butte fire, sparked by a PG&E power line. Their PG&E settlement money hasn't all come, and it likely won't all come, thanks to the company's bankruptcy protection. Meantime, Renee and Yola have sent thousands of dollars to PG&E through their monthly bills.
I lost everything. I'm living like this, but I'm just thankful that my family, we made it out. We would have got stuck down there.
And I told them how much this house meant to us.
But we made it out alive. Look at the people in Paradise.
Yeah.
Paradise, 2018. The deadliest wildland fire in California history. The Camp Fire claimed 85 lives. PG&E pleaded guilty to felonies for killing 84 of those people.
They're in this problem because of their horrific, unethical, immoral corporate practices for the last 30 years.
Mark Knoll was the lead Butte County prosecutor. He proved that PG&E neglected to maintain critical century-old parts, that the company knew about the problem, knew it could kill people, and behaved that way anyhow.
Convicting PG&E was all about trying to influence the future in the hope that those 84 people didn't die in vain. And the hardest part is the realization that it was all in vain. Nothing we did changed anything.
PG&E is telling customers bills are going up again, possibly more than 20%, to make the grid safer.
This is 16 million people's power bills.
Right.
They're going up all the time, and it's supposed to get us a safer power grid. And behind the scenes, what's happening?
Not enough. They've been diverting money for years away from safety in order to maximize their payouts to their investors. And as a result, we have a failing system. And now they're coming back and they're saying, we need more money to take care of all of these problems that we created that we didn't cure with the money that you gave us before.
Noel says PG&E has made some positive steps. Its new fast trip settings could have prevented several of the fires caused by trees hitting power lines. In a written statement, PG&E told us, our energy system has never been safer, and we continue to make it safer every day. CEO Patty Poppe, though, declined to answer our questions, just as she has every time we've asked. But she is talking to the masses.
How do we rebuild PG&E from the underground up?
PG&E ran this ad all over Northern California, including on ABC 10.
It's clear that it will be less expensive and safer to underground lines in high fire threat areas.
The ratepayer pays for those commercials.
Loretta Lynch is former president of the California PUC, the state agency that's supposed to regulate PG&E.
PG&E is using our money to brainwash us into thinking undergrounding is the only way, because undergrounding is the most expensive way and undergrounding is the most profitable way.
Lynch says undergrounding can make sense in select places, but not for all 10,000 miles PG&E plans to do.
This is financially motivated, not safety motivated. And the PUC and this administration needs to just say no, we can't afford it because our electric bills are too high, and it's still unsafe. Don't take it from me, the Wildfire Safety Board says so. Critical deficiencies, dozens of them.
A 2-year-old state agency called the Office of Energy Infrastructure Safety slammed PG&E's latest fire safety plans as regressive. They found PG&E is skewing its priorities and leaving fire danger unaddressed in the highest risk areas. Hazard trees hit PG&E lines and started the Zog fire, which killed 4 people. Also the Dixie fire, which burned almost 1 million acres. Yet Energy Safety found PG&E is ditching digital tree inspections and going back to paper.
What faith should we have that you are changing when you're doing crap like this?
Your power bills are at stake here. Under Governor Gavin Newsom's 2019 law, which our investigation revealed was drafted by PG&E's longtime law firm, the state has annually certified PG&E as a safe utility.
That's Governor Newsom's get-out-of-jail-free card for him.
Their equipment causes a wildfire, the customer pays.
The AB 1054 safety certificate protects profits for PG&E shareholders when the company starts another big fire, which it has year after year after year. And each year, the 5 governor-appointed commissioners on the PUC approve PG&E's plans, allowing it to get a safety certificate anyway. This time, PG&E wants 3-year approval of its fire plan.
If the PUC rubber stamps this critically deficient plan, they get a get-out-of-jail-free card to any future wildfire liability for 3 years.
Lynch says she's lost all faith in her former agency to do the right thing. It's been captured by the utilities. She says the best thing customers can do is complain loudly to the governor and their state lawmakers. Governor Newsom's office didn't respond to our request for an interview for this story. He appointed all 5 of the PUC commissioners. Butte County prosecutors have a direct message for them.
What's more important, PG&E's bottom line or your freedom? Because if it falls apart, we will be coming after you.
We asked the 5 commissioners to talk. None would agree to an interview. Lynch says they should think twice before writing off the threat of prosecution.
Oh no, they're assisting. They're aiding and abetting this criminal. That's the problem.
Back in their trailers, Renee and Yola would love to see the authorities force PG&E to do better. They'd love it even more if PG&E's leaders took it upon themselves.
Fix their equipment and pay people their money.
Yeah.
And stop being so greedy.
The California PUC is expected to approve a rate increase for PG&E at its meeting on November 2nd, but PG&E's wildfire plan may not be approved until later this year or early next year even though it's supposed to be a safety plan for this year. PG&E says it will continue to improve its fire plan based on feedback from the Energy Safety Office. We're back after this. Is it too early to play Jingle Bells? Christmas is a little over 60 days away, and those popular tree permits in Tahoe are about to become available. So the Forest Service will begin selling Christmas tree permits for the Lake Tahoe Basin November 6th. They are $10 a piece, and they are first come, first serve. We have more information on abc10.com. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, it's Alex. Just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I really love hearing from everyone, and I hope that you'll stay in touch. Reach out to me on Facebook at AlexBellTV, or you can email me at tothepoint@abc10.com, or you can even send me a text message at 916-321-3310.